Hello, Piccolo. My name is Cell, and I'm by far the ugliest villain in the series. Oh, yeah, what it is, what it ain't, don't it stank? It's your boy EJ Sparks from the Dragon Geeks channel, and I am back on my BS, coming at you with another figure review. This one is on the new SH Figuarts First Form Cell, or as I like to call him, Imperfect Cell. Alright, so we're just going to take a quick look at a few things. I know that a few others have already reviewed this figure, but as you can see, I have barely taken him out the box, so I'm going to take a look at his accessories, articulation, and we'll see if this figure is worth the buy or not. Alright, seatbelt strapped on, ladies and gents, let's jump right into it! Alright guys, a couple things before I jump into it. As you can see, I just took him out of the box, so I'm going to remove this plastic. Oh boy, time out. Whoa, Nelly, this is happening live. We live, baby, yeah. Take off the plastic from around his waist. Let it go, Cell. There we go. Okay, that's off. So, next up, as you can see, he's missing his ass. So I'm going to go ahead and plug his tail in right there, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at him. So, oh wow, look at this. So we have a few different pieces. Maybe I should have waited for these for like accessories, but I don't technically count it as accessories because the tail is a part of him. So I'm going to go ahead and... oh, which side goes in? Y'all, this is literally happening live right now, so bear with me. Okay, this side's got to go in here. Okay, and oh wow, I'm like messing up. I didn't even notice this. The black underneath, the green on the other side. Yeah, maybe I should have looked at this guy a little bit before getting on camera. But you know, this is what's great about live YouTube television. Alright, so let's put this guy's wings up real quick. Let's plug his tail right on and there. Oh, okay. Alright, that was a little annoying, but it could have been worse. No worries. Okay, now we can start the review. So at first look, this guy looks freaking beautiful. I mean, yes, Imperfect Cell is ugly as a mother, but he looks beautiful. This figure looks so good. The only thing that, we'll probably get into it a little bit later, but you know, I'm all over the place. Let's go ahead and start all over the place. I want to talk about his scale first, going really out of order. So, I think the torso is a little bit small, just a little bit. I feel like it should be a little bit longer because First Form Cell was like, he was tall. He was like very, very tall. If you just remember him standing beside everybody, he was very, very tall. So I do want to just do a quick little comparison. So I have Dragon Star's Cell right here. Dragon Star's Perfect Cell. Spoiler alert, I do not have the SH Figuarts version. I missed out on that one, and now he's very expensive. So, yeah, this one's like a little bit taller, but Dragon Stars is known to scale their figures up a little bit taller. So let's go ahead and pair him with the SH Figuarts Android 16. This is not the exclusive release that came out this year. I still have the OG version right here. They were about the same height, so this is accurate, but I still think both figures could be taller, but nothing too major. Last one I'm going to compare him with real quick is Android 17. Boy, did he give him the business. This is the exclusive colors, the event release that came out last year, or was it? No, it was the year before, during the pandemic. Yeah, so this scaling's on point because he towered over Android 17. So I think the scaling is fine for what it is, but you guys know that most of these figures could be scaled up a little bit taller, okay? So now let's go ahead and just take a look at like the detail and whatnot. So I've heard people complaining about like this figure not having enough paint and whatnot, but like look at the different shades of green on this guy. Like literally, like the shade of green, like the dark green up here, then the even darker green in the middle here, and then the light green for his face, then all of his little warts, his toad spots, whatever you want to call them. Like, I think everything looks great. And actually, check this out, we do have a little bit of shading going on in the orange. The lighting is not the best in my room right now, so forgive me guys, but there's a little bit of shading going on in the orange, and yeah, throughout the wings it looks like it's maybe a little bit. I'm not sure. It's really, really hard to tell because they mix so many different colors of green. But honestly, I think he looks great. I literally have no complaints when we talk about first look. Like, we got the light blue colors for like the inside of his legs, underneath his shoulders, like those mesh really well. We already talked about the green. Excuse me, it's been a long day. I love the hard plastic on here. Looks almost like it's metallic. We look at the eyes, like the eyes look very, very good. Like, It looks just like, you know, Imperfect Cell with just the little lines for the eyes, and he has like the little chicken beak. Like, it looks perfect, and his big ass head, his dome piece back here, basketball head, looks great. Like, looks wise, I have no complaints about this figure. Like, it is like almost a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I just really wish he was scaled up a little bit taller. I'm literally gonna give this guy like a 9.5, maybe a 9, because there's always gonna be some stuff you could find that's wrong with him. I know there's a lot of nitpickers, and there's also a lot of people that go way more into detail than I do. But I'm telling you guys right now, beautiful, looks great. I want to talk about the articulation, because there's a lot going on with this, and I could tell from first view. So let's jump right into the articulation here. So his head, oh look, it's like double jointing, because like we got the movement going on right in here in the neck. So like his neck moves around, as you can see. Then his head, I think that's on a ball peg, ball joint, something like that. Look at that, he looks down this much, looks up that much, so not super high. Looks side to, oh, okay, all right, he's a little bit stiff in the neck, guys, just a little bit. Here's your not discretion, what is the thing, this is your warning, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I always say that it could just be my figure. Some people get figures that just aren't that good, like they'll be stiff somewhere or loose somewhere. Like my Captain Ginyu figure, his right leg is really loose, but in other reviews they didn't have that problem. So it could just be my figure. But yeah, his head for turning side to side is a little bit stiff, honestly. So I'm not really digging that articulation right there. Jumping into the arm, so let's see. These are separate pieces, like the shoulder pieces right here. They are literally separate pieces that move. They're like, well, they're on the arm, I should say. They're not connected to the shoulder. It's like a little gappage going on in there. But yeah, I actually do like how that works a little bit. This is my first time moving the arms. Like I said, he's fresh out the package. Arms go up this much, go up in front. Out to the side, they go a phenomenal amount. Right there. Hey, there we go. I actually got this to go up higher so the arm could go up even more. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh yeah, his arms could come up like very, very high. So I'm digging that. I really am. We got that bicep swivel, right? It's a pretty tight swivel, but it's there. It's definitely there. Got that double jointed elbow right here. Wrist goes all the way around for the ball joint right there. We don't have a traditional ab crunch, and I think that's just because of how this figure is set up, which is okay. I think that's fine. Rock him side to side a little bit. He doesn't crunch over a whole lot, but he can crunch over. Like, that's where we're looking for his crunch right there. When we go down to the legs, let's see. Okay, so the way that the legs are set up right here, we have sort of a Dragon Stars issue going on there. And what I mean by that, let me grab my Dragon Stars Perfect Cell right here. So because of the crotch area being like so big and having like these points right here, you can never do like a straight up front kick. Like it kind of comes out to the side a little bit right here. Yeah, just a bit. So that's what pretty much like all the Dragon Stars does. And it looks like he's kind of having a similar issue. So like when we're going front kicks, like it still comes up, but it doesn't come up very high. It goes up about that much. If we're talking about out to the side kicks, like if you lean him, he could do side kicks pretty well. I don't think you could like actually get him that high up due to these parts in his legs being up so high. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. Can we do back kicks? Not really. You can go back decent amount, but I'm not going to count that as a major foul. Just the way his body is set up, like some things of articulation are going to be weird. Let's see. Double jointed knee. Knee looks great, guys. Look at that kneecap right there. Just the green mixed in with like the light blue. I'm loving that. I really, really am. Get down to the ankles. Ow, his toes are poking me. So yeah, we got a little rocker on the ankle there. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to look decent on the camera. A little bit of a rocker right there. Yeah, so not bad with the leg articulation. Let's go ahead and turn this guy around. I want to look at the tail and the wings. So I put the tail in right here, and I noticed there's like a few different points of articulation. So the tail has like, oh, see, there we go. Like we have a swivel, like you can actually turn it to where that black part is out on the outside or on the inside. We have the joints right in here where you can rotate it at that point. And then of course the upper one up here where you can move it here and then the whole tail as a whole, it swings side to side. So his tail is like majorly articulated. I am so down with that. I am loving this. I really, really am. The wings, knock on wood, like they feel good, they look good. I worry about pieces like this coming off too easily. That's how the Great Saiyaman's cape was, and that's how my Piccolo figure, his cape was. It kind of comes off super easily. And so far I haven't had an issue with it. You guys can let me know if you've got this figure and you guys are having issues with the wings staying on. But right now the wings they're looking great. They haven't popped off or anything, so looking good. So articulation for this guy is almost perfect. There's a few things that can be desired from him, of course. Like I said, his neck is really, really stiff, even though it does move. The legs, there's some limitation going on in there just because of the setup of the legs. And I think that's like the only complaints I really have. The arms work really well, the shoulders work well. I think the tail is like just about perfect. Like, I don't know what they could have done more with the tail to make it better. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. Articulation is fantastic. I'm gonna go and give it like an 8 out of 10, maybe even an 8.5. But it also depends on your figure. So now let's just take a quick look at the accessories real quick, and we will move on. Okay, starting with the faces, we have the mutual face that comes on him in the package. Then we have 3 faces, all of them with their mouth open. So I'm really liking this first face right here. It's kind of him just like talking with his mouth open right there. And this face right here is almost exactly the same, but he's slightly looking off to the left. So they're literally the same face except one's looking left. I don't know what the purpose of that was. And then we have the yelling face. I always thought this face looked funny because it just looks like he's like bark, 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 bark. This looks like a chicken, so it looks hilarious to me. And we had this other piece to his head over here. I was kind of curious about why this piece was here, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you notice, like, the eyebrows are like kind of like making like for the angry face or for the yelling face, so I'm pretty sure it goes with the open chicken beak face right here. We have a plethora of different hands right here. We have the open hands right here. Look fan-freaking-tastic. We have the clenching hands, which I'm calling them the Kamehameha hands. That's literally what they look like. We have those open hands where he did like that famous pose when he dropped in on 17 in Piccolo's fight. Then we have some more clenching hands, almost like he's grabbing something. And like if you look at the details on these guys, they look fantastic. I didn't really go over like the nails on the toes or anything, which I should have. But like the nails on these hands, like the details are so on point. Like they're painted so well. They're really stabby, like they're really sharp, and the green just looks fantastic. I don't think there's any other accessories that he could have came with except for the one that I'm missing right here. This little disgusting thing. Oh my gosh, this was always so gross in the show. I'm like, dude, this is disgusting. But it's so cool that he comes with this alternate tail option. Like you can literally pose this with the androids if you want. And yeah. Excuse me guys, long week. It's Friday for me. Yeah. You look in there, like it's really painted very well, and it looks just like it did in the show with all the circles on the inside. The detail is so spectacular. I don't think he could have came with anything else besides maybe a energy effect, but for this was unnecessary. This is absolutely spectacular, and I think the accessories get a 10 out of freaking 10. Alright guys, my final verdict on this guy. This guy is a 100% must-have, in my opinion. Like, dude, this is one of the strongest releases they have ever released in SH Figuarts, and even over the last 2 years. And they've come out with some very strong releases lately. And this one, it just does it for me. Like, the detail is just phenomenal. The accessories are just so outstanding. Everything is just almost spot on perfect with this figure. Now, for pricing. Right now, I think this bad boy is going on Amazon for about $75. I've seen them on eBay and other sites for $79, $85. Like, so right now, it's running around $80 right now. And honestly, it is not that bad. This could very well be one of those figures that it gets crazy expensive later on down the road if you do not jump on it and get it now. We've seen that happen with figures. You see that happen with Super Boo, with Fat Majin Buu, with Broly, with Whis. A lot of figures, like, they were around this same price, but then a year or two later they jump up into like $200 and $300 ranges. So I really feel like this is a must-have. I never understand people that are like, no, you shouldn't get that figure. No, why would you want that figure? It's his first form. Because this is the first time we're introduced to Cell. This is the very first thing we see when it comes to Cell, you know? So that's neither here nor there. I think it's essential to your collection. So go out and grab it, guys. Definitely. Alright, that wraps up today's video, guys. I tried to keep it short, simple, and to the point. Thank you guys for tuning in so much. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are freaking awesome. Please like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to the page. I promise new episodes of SH Figuarts vs. Dragon Stars are on their way. So stay tuned, guys, and keep supporting. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.